What's up, guys? It's Blackman back with some more RA content. We are back in the hunt for Minions Championship. We have Duke Bones playing as France in his natural baby blue color, and over here, standing in his way this time, is Bete playing as Russia. Bete apparently hates this map, and it looks like he picked it. So it's going to be very interesting. Not New has finished his Minion season at 18-2. Duke Bones has quite a few unplayed games. I think he's got like Goldie. I think Hulk might be one of them. Hans for sure. And I think maybe Talix is one of his last ones. So Bete is definitely going to be the toughest opponent out of that. I mean, maybe Hans could do some flamer drops and catch Duke Bones by surprise. But if Duke Bones loses any one of those games, he is going to not win the championship. And it'll be not news to win. So these games against Bete are going to be all the more important. We are on, of course, Dover with, I could have swore this palette was not this green before. This is a Pink Thought map. It's like Nightingale is in here, perhaps spectating to see if Duke Bones throws it in and he wins the championship this game. We also got ups in here, so it's going to be pretty interesting. I like this map. Very weird map. Your expansions, at least the double mines, are like kind of backwards. You only got 2 mine start. There's quite a lot of ore there. There's a lot of oil derricks on this map too, and it definitely plays very unique. So I'm thinking this is gonna be a really good game. We'll have to see. You know, Bete's always a pretty solid player when he wants to be. Duke Bones is definitely has some reason to play really well this game. Both players going double ref build. War factories are 2 seconds apart, so very on point getting. Looks like Duke Bones went for his bottom oil derrick first. Now he's coming up to the top. I mean, that's fine. Looks like Bete's went the opposite. This one's a little bit closer to grab, so it's kind of like a Tamian situation. If you grab this one first, you'll get a little bit more income, but you could get blocked out of this one entirely if you don't rally your army there. At the same time, you can also just rally your army straight across to this one afterwards, and if your opponent just leaves it unguarded, you can easily snipe that out there and get out of there for free, which is always a nice little grab in the beginning. Looks like Duke Bones setting out some rifle scouts early. Barely might catch that rifle. We'll have to see if the move order gets transitioned or not. Nope, but he is still going to lose the scout, unfortunately. Nope, pulls back, that's good. And the force fire is there, so well done there. That's like a fancy little micro thing you can do at the beginning. Just keeps that scout alive. Unfortunately, the next rifle will kill it, so whether or not you push forward afterwards is a little bit debatable. I'd rather replace it with a healthy rifle scout. And you are allies too, so you can always heal that back up, and that'll save you some cash in the long run. But both players just intent to just chill out so far in the beginning. No rockets out for Duke Bones yet. Looks like they're coming on. Run APC coming. I don't know what he's talking about there, to be honest, but APC is in fact coming, and it is going to kill that rifle scout. So the rifle scout is going to see that there is an APC. That doesn't tell him too much at all. In fact, I don't know how it actually hit that. It looked like it missed, but nothing too crazy going on right now. Duke Bones very eco first, no light vehicle out. Where Bete is just now putting his third ref out. And Duke Bones has his third ref, has not sold it. Bete could absolutely sold it. You can do double ref build here. But it looks like he sold his second one, so he's probably alright there. 5th harvester coming out for Duke Bones, and now his light tank is gonna come out, and both players very close on SD timing. Looks like Duke Bones is just slightly faster, and that's gonna be perfect with his ranger build. Ranger comes out, SD comes out, instantly into his feet, so he's going very classic single light vehicle double ref build. Looks like Bete is doing the same thing. He was just a little bit slower on it. Gonna get MCV out. It's about 5-6 seconds ahead. That's not super terrible at all. Duke Bones scouting with the ranger, trying to maybe hunt for that old derrick. Barely gonna miss Bete's army. I probably got a glimpse of it, but Bete has a lot of rifles right here, so if he tries to go in and capture that old derrick, it's not gonna go work with him. In fact, he's rotating his army out there to deal with it. Duke Bones says, "Nah, I'm out of there. I'm just gonna piece away," which is probably the correct decision. Duke Bones should be relatively aware that Bete was aware that he was gonna steal his old derrick. The only problem is he doesn't have any support right here for his MCV map. Looks like he's going to go to the center too, which is quite a dangerous move. The extra eco from that double mine is pretty huge. If you go here first, it's great for like map position, but you got to expand quickly again, probably into 2 refs instantly. Otherwise, you're going to go broke right in a really vulnerable stage of the game where you really need extra money. Bete has a lot of scouts out too, which is actually really great. So he's going to have good coverage on the map. He's going to try to go in for the oil derrick now, but Bete is there with the rifles, and he's instantly on top of it, so that engineer not going to get off at all. And it's dead. So the best thing Duke Bones can do right now is not lose that ranger just from staying idle, but just pick out all these rifle scouts. They're pretty much for free. You know, one ranger is not going to die to a handful of spread out infantry. Ooh, a very quick radar dome for Duke Bones. That's quite interesting. Moves his second, or his main MC out rather, which is good. Definitely it needs a ref though, and he's still 30 seconds away, so he's going to start stalling really soon. He needs to start transferring these stars too, because he's out of cash in his main home. Engineer, or the ranger rather, is getting some great scouting information of the BD's armies there. Fortunately it goes down, but yeah, if I'm Duke Bones, I'm not pushing it there. 2 medium tanks against all that rocket density is quite dangerous. Maybe wait till the 3rd medium tank gets there, then you're pretty good. BD on the other hand, he's using that ranger to pick off scout, which is always really good. He's going to get the 1 scout right there. Unfortunately, he's going to miss that one. Duke Bones is going to get it into the path of refinery, let him know that BD is also there. So both players pretty much on the same. Duke Bones did eventually put that ref down on the bottom, which is good. And he's got a Black Hawk now, which is actually really good for an advantage. If he starts using it instantly, that could be really good. If he waits too long and it gets seen, like it's definitely seen now, yep, BD instantly moves out. He's going to try to pick off some of the rockets, which he absolutely should. We'll have to see how good the micro is. So far, so good. Yep. Good, good. Oh, gonna crash. Probably get close to 1500 there. It does suck to lose that first one, but, you know, now the brush is revealed, BD's probably going to switch into some flak trucks, which, yep, he absolutely is. So BD's going to be on top of it. Heavy tank coming down here in the back just as the MC moves away. Power plants right there is actually not great. But he's already moved out his 2 MCVs, so yeah, this is a very easy place, and that's a lot of power to lose. You kind of rely on double advanced power plants as a crutch just to get the 200 instead of the 100. So 400 power right there is a lot of cushion to instantly lose, and suddenly you're very stuck on low power for quite a while just because of that loss. Looks like BD is aware of the flank tank flank, or this army in the back, and Duke Bones is kind of rotating in the middle. So BD, of course, as soon as I say that, he's going to rotate out. He's going to be able to deal with one of those armies. If they attack at the same time, it'll probably be pretty bad for BD because they'll get tossed back and forth, but Duke Bones is going to go in. We'll have to see how this attack goes. Tanks are in front, which is good. 1 harvester instantly down. Going to kill the flame tower. Secondary army is getting retreated back, which I think it should be rotating over to attack somewhere else. You can get that 1-2 punch. Stamp site goes down at about time. Oh, he's going to try for the ore factory. He's probably going to get it, but he's going to spend a lot of acids to do it. Yak goes down. Actually doesn't spend too much of that much acids going in, and harvester's got saved except for the 1, so Duke Bones is gonna get out of. So this is actually looking really good for him right now. BD making a mistake of, you know, going back and forth, which is exactly what you want. Had this army been right here and attacking there, that'd been really good for the split. So now BD really has to decide he wants to. Instead, he's gonna actually cut off a lot of Duke Bones' army right here. Duke Bones gonna go in for the crush, and he's gonna get some if he keeps going, but he stops his tanks. Unfortunately, doesn't even kill the heavy tank on the route. That's actually gonna suck. Flak Track's gonna push down some of those, but he does have that army in the back right there. Oh, he sees the artillery, but the Yak goes down, so BD is now kind of tossing a pickle. He needs to send that heavy tank back. It is not long for this world at all. Black Hawk over here scouting for Duke Bones, and Pillbox is gonna attack that flak, which is actually pretty good, because that flak is very vulnerable to killing a very idle Black Hawk right now. Army in the back right here. There is a flame tower, but not enough with the heavy medium tank in the mix. Ooh, that flak does go down to that Black Hawk. It's probably going to get away. Yep. And looks like he's sending it back to the MCV. Another tank on the MCV for Duke Bones, so that's always good. Like his army position right here in the middle, kind of cuts off any easy attack from BD, although BD does have quite a huge infantry presence over there. But there is a tech center already out, so Duke Bones is very aggressive on the tech this game. Harvester going to go down to this little tank over here, but that's alright. Wasn't much of his eco anyways. BD on the other hand, he's going to lose 2 harvesters here, and this is a lot of his eco right now since he only has this 1 extra expansion. And I hear Tanya come out on there. 1 harvester gets away, refiner's going to go down. The refinery went down. This army's still waiting. I don't know where Tanya's at, probably somewhere in the middle. Oh, she's back here with this army. So BD's going to run and face first in this. He's probably going to lose his flak to that Black Hawk. Black Hawk probably going to go down just from the other rockets, but the artillery is going to start shooting. He really needs to keep that flak alive just to deal with these artillery, but I don't think there's too much there, especially with the Tanya. That army's going to go down. BD retreats all the way back with his MC, which is probably smart, but there is still that secondary army waiting. He's trying to hunt it down with his armor right there, but yeah, Duke Bones is looking really strong this game. kind of pulling BD apart just one by one. Harvester does come out here. It's probably going to instantly get popped as soon as it goes to the left just a little bit, but maybe Dukebone's got a catch of it because he's got a new rally right there. Engineer taking that oil derrick from BD. That's actually quite brave. And there goes the Harvester. Doesn't even have a husk. Could probably get some good value with this Blackhawk right here too. Yep, great target fire control. Unfortunately, it goes down, but still got a lot of good value there. Army in here in the top, going to run into BD's pretty big army. Not going to get a lot of value, but that's alright, because he can start moving this army now as soon as he wants to, which, again, perfect. As I say it, he does it. That's what I like to see. It means we're thinking on the same page. This heavy tank going to go down, but it's going to allow him to know that that army is there, and BD is kind of in trouble. He knows there's a Tawny out. He's on tier 2. He has a Yak, but it's actually out of ammo and in the wrong spot. MCV is coming back to establish over here in the middle now that he's got that expo drop, but Tawny's in the front and she's chipping away at this infantry. That's never good. BD's got to retreat all the way back. He needs that Yak over here. Another Harsher goes down, but Dukebones probably shouldn't care about that now that he knows he has this, so he's actually up an expo and has more than 50% of the map for BD, but BD is in a pickle. That Yak is, I don't think it has enough to kill Tanya. There's no medics there, so she's safe from that, or he's safe from that rather, but I don't think this Yak's going to do it, especially if he tries to target the artillery. He really needs to target the Tanya first. Tanya is always the order of precedence. Does get half, but again, didn't have the ammo. Tanya's still pushing in, and yeah, BD's going to get pushed back. He has another Yak out. That can make all the difference. There's a medium tank and a heavy tank here too, but looks like BD might take a little bit of better gauge. He's got a second one in the back too. This is all the action is. The Yak does get that Tanya, which is great. So now he's more free to gauge in. There's still 2 artillery, and that can make all the difference too. We'll have to see how good these shots are. Hasn't got a good shot yet. That one doesn't look like it's going to hit either. There's one medium tank left for Dukebones over there. But there is a little attack here. Ooh. Airfield goes down. That's a nice little grab. He's going to get out of Arch too, which is great too. And kill this this ref rather. Off from BD. That's huge. That's a lot of Zico. And does eventually clean up this little detachment over there. So yeah, Dukebone's looking real strong. He's got more than enough money, more than enough eco. Although BD somehow doing some cav stuff with his constant expansion in refs. Tanya is back on the field, probably down here in the bottom. Yep, and that's gonna open up the backside of BD's base, which is always vulnerable on this map. Turret down here would be great, or if Dukebones is just so inclined, he can come back here, snipe that, kill the war. In fact, always want to say something else: airfield and the ref, and just get out of there again. BD's been doing a lot of backtracking, which I feel like is super common with Soviets nowadays. They just feel like so slow and janky. But yeah, I think Dukebones is in a commanding lead. Not so much an army value, just story loss is also relatively even. But the eco department is going to tell the story right there. And, you know, 10k less earned is not super bad, but that's definitely pretty significant. I like this artillery. Reminds me of something Stitch did on a TD map where she just sent one artillery to kill my radar because I couldn't attack over the bridge. Just little detachment too gets the arbiters forced off. There's also a lot of power that's pretty impactful. He's gonna lose that SD for sure, and ooh, 2 harvesters go down there. So BD once again has 0 eco actually mining right now. He's got 1 harvester left, 2 harvesters idle. Yeah, I think Dukebones just closed out this game. So he's keeping the pressure on. Although BD does have a big army here, I don't think that's too much of a concern, honestly. Dukebones has the eco to and the tech to outlast a base race like that, and he can really rotate that army back down if he really wants to. Medium tank gonna go down to this armor right here. I wonder if an artillery is coming out. It is not. But again, Blackhawk on the attack move order, gonna get some free value right there. And get the crash off, kill a lot of infantry to get boot. Refiner goes down, doesn't really need it. Dukebone's gonna rotate all this army down here. And he's killing this back there. Looks like artillery did eventually go down, but yeah, BD's not gonna trade a whole lot of value right here. He's trying the best he can. Actually, should probably kill the racks right now. That's actually one of the rare times you probably do want to kill racks before anything else. You kill this, there's no reinforcements instantly popping out, and then you can focus on the power plant and the refinery and the war factory a little bit easier. SD's also right there too, which is always a good grab. This medium tank trying to kill harvesters back there, but it's not going to happen. I hear some flame tower up here on the top. So the ref went down here too. No harvester on it, so it didn't matter too much, but flame tower getting good value, and then it's going to go down. Bete's going to come down here. Might get a Harvester for his trouble, but again, Duke Bones has this corner, and he has this corner, so his eco is going to be skyrocketing right now. Not quite yet floating, but give it the next few minutes, I'm sure it will. Army value is starting to tell a story, 20k to 10k, so gonna get 2 Harvesters, maybe a third one, but again, this eco not super important to Duke Bones actually. This power plant, on the other hand, that could make a difference. Oh, Tanya's in here on a run, but the Flame Tower's probably gonna shut her down. Gonna get the radar for trouble, and gets burst down, but that's fine. He can instantly rebuild her, it's not gonna be a problem at all. And Bete is just down to this one little base in his little expansion. He's absolutely struggling. Somehow has a little bit of cash flow right now, but I expect that to go away shortly. Whereas Duke Bones is just going to continue skyrocketing up. He's got 5 Harvesters over there, 2 over here, yeah. He's looking really good. No longbow action, unfortunately, this game. You never know when you're going to see them. I always like to try to build them. I think they're really good. They're straight down to Soviet air. You can use them to hunt Harvesters from the air, which is also really good. They're a little bit easier to use than MiGs. I think their utility is just a little bit better, too. But in an infantry-centric game, Blackhawks are also really good. For those 2 little attachments here that killed the refiner earlier, can come back in handy. Not going to get the MCV, I don't think, unless he drives it right into the medium tank, but he should have the armor there. This little attachment, going to go down, not going to even get the medium tank. 2 mechanics there actually repairing him, and these 2 heavy tanks. Going to try to get out of dodge, probably get some squishes for the trouble, maybe some good artillery-friendly fire. But no, unfortunately, they just go down. And Bete goes ahead and gives up. So, yeah, Duke Bones looked really good. And we'll jump in for game 2. Alright, we are back here for game 2. Looks like Bete is once again Russia. I think he was Russia last time. And Duke Bones is Ukraine this time. So, looks like they both picked these factions, which is surprising. Once again, on Westworld, this map seems to be pretty popular. Looks like we have Nightingale, aka Not New, Unlucky Luke, and then Ups once again spectating this game, so this is definitely a big one for Duke Bones. If he can win this, then his chances are still alive. If he loses it, unfortunately, that means that Nightingale is the Minions champion. So I've seen some dreams broken on this map, and I've seen some dreams made, so we'll just have to see how it turns out. Once again, it looks like War Factory first, maybe? He's got 4 Grens going again, so very similar to what he did against ORA. We'll have to see if he gets the same amount of advantages he did this time. Looks like Bete is going to go for the middle, and he went for rifles first, so I mean, it does make sense. Makes you sure to secure that oil derrick if your opponent doesn't push, or if he does go engineer first and you went rifles first, you're probably going to be able to snipe that engineer, which is going to give you that much advantage. Instead, it looks like he actually might just kill the oil derrick, which is surprisingly. I don't know why he would do that if he's building all these rifles. If you see your opponent has no presence here, go ahead and build that engineer, you know, and then maybe scout him to see if he's doing some type of rush, or at the very least, if you know he's going for a refractory rush, then you could just use those rifles to kill him. In this case, it looks like Duke Bones has the 4 grenadiers over here on the side. I do like how he has a scout for the rifles, see if he can pick off anything to shield those grenadiers for as long as possible. Grens are probably not going to be super effective because Bete has a bunch of rifles standing here. We'll just have to see. Looks like Duke Bones actually did do double ref this time, so not the War Factory first with the Grens as they did last time. Bete, double ref, split his 1 ref back here, which is a little weird. Again, if you do a place ref here and you place a ref here, you can sell this one so everything's closer and just let this ore grow for a little bit. Grens are probably going to get snuffed out just barely. If he had waited half a second longer, they probably would have gone through, but 4 Grens do kill the rifles, and he's going to get pushed away. Probably right back into that other rifle there, which is unfortunate. Another scout by Bete goes down, so yeah, like I said, if Bete had been more aware of hey, my opponent's not here, that's kind of weird, I'm going to go scout him, and you see that he still does have a double ref, then you're like, alright, Grens, or maybe he's trying for an early APC drop, something like that, which is a possibility because he is going APC first. Grens getting snuffed out, 3 of them, 2 of them alive, 1 of them barely, got 2 on that rifle, and they're going to get the dance on these rifles, and he's going to get away for a little while, but I imagine Bete will, do the right thing. He's just going to rally into the corner, which is where they're likely at. Send some back just in case he's back there, but he tried. Unfortunately, Gren's not going to go well. HC just going to go out and try to cut off some scouts, which did you like? He's going to get that one at least. Bete doing something similar. And third ref out for Duke Bones. Third ref is a little bit slower for Bete. That's fine. He's going to place it here. And then imagine he's going to sell this one off because he doesn't really need it. But just the order of that process, he could have got some build time is a little bit faster. Is 6 seconds going to make a difference? Probably not, but you never know. 6 seconds could be the difference between winning a championship and losing a championship. HC going to get 2 more scouts, actually going to get a third one there, which is really good. HC does get the SD sighted on that, which is nice. It's going to let him know that, you know, it's very traditional build and not doing like a 3 ref tussle push, although he is Ukraine. But you can do like a APC IC push with Ukraine, which is not as effective with Tesla tanks are, because, you know, Tesla tanks do more damage to like heavy armor. But, you know, with the crushes, it can still be absolutely phenomenal if you get good crushes. BDSC, pretty far forward, that's alright. Looks like he's going for his 5th Harvester and getting that MCV out now. So he's about a good 10-12 seconds behind Duke Bones here. Duke Bones, he's probably going to see the SD. Oh, he just actually misses it, but that's fine. Gets the HC alive. And he's going to send it back to repair eventually after it gets those queued orders rallied up. He's doing the same thing with his HC, so very similar playstyle, just the difference is Gren lost and a few rifle scouts. See which way Bete goes. His war factor's here, so that I think it makes the most sense to go this way. And this time Duke Bones is going to go to the north instead of the left, which I agree with, like I said last time. He's also got his army moving out with his MC, which is always important. Bete's kind of split up. I'm sure they're going to congregate together once this MC starts moving, but he's also getting a lot of rifle scouts up. Again, it's going to help protect him from any shenanigans. But again, that's just something really easy to snipe with like a Ranger or an APC or even Flax. And this just makes you more paranoid when your rifle scouts are constantly getting sniped. Scout on the mirror, going to deny a scout from Duke Bones. He's going to come back with the APC to make sure there's nothing follow-up, which is always a nice thing to do too. Secondary MCV moving out, so I do like that again. I'm imagining Bete probably will do something similar. Both these players playing very passive right now, which is kind of the opposite of the last game. No tech rush this time. They seem to work out well. I'm not sure how comfortable Duke Bones is with like a Yak tech rush. HC gets instantly popped by a bunch of rockets there, so I think Duke Bones is close to 2-1 again. Yep, 23-13, might be on 3-1, just by the nature of those rifles being built. But the MCV is actually going to be barely out of range. I don't think he saw it. No, he did. But he's going to be in a very bad position here. His tank got caught on an attack move, which is unfortunate, and he's going to go into a flame tower. Yeah, he needs to back out of there right now. B is going to be able to whittle away a lot of that army before it gets away. In fact, he might actually lose all of it. Does get the flame tower for his trouble, but yeah, just lost a little bit there just from good positioning and bad luck with the attack move order. Another bad luck with the attack move order that made tank really not a good driver. He's going to lose it just at the wrong time too. He's going to have to retreat again, but does have the safety of a double flame tower and a third one in the wing, so Bete gonna probably have a bad engagement here. Instantly got some fries. He's gonna try to move out that MCV and maybe do a base push here, which would be a pretty good idea. Looks like a tank flank going on the left side too. But we'll have to see. Duke Bones is gonna see it now. There's a flame tower right there. He sees the barracks popped out too, so he knows the MC is probably in this general area. But we'll have to see. He's only got 2 heavy tanks over here. Bete has the 1 and the 2. It's gonna be pretty dicey. Whoever kills a lot of rockets first could be the difference maker here, and Bete does have the build range support where Duke Bones does not currently. But Bete's tanks are in the back, so that could be really good or really bad. If you can kill these tanks quickly, it'll be really good. If you cannot, it'll be really bad. 1 tank goes down, which is good. And Duke Bones is going to get pushed back there. Heavy tank did get through and is going to sit there in the back lines, which would be really good. Bete does have the small little flank, which is also really good. There is only 1 flame tower, that's not enough to deal with it. Instead, now Bete's going to rotate his army down into the middle of the base. That could actually be really good. I feel like that was very common on pit fight back in the day. You would rotate your army out and just go through the middle and dive your opponent's main, and nobody would be aware of it. It's going to take a really good engagement there, and Duke Bones is suddenly in a lot of trouble. Heavy tanks are going to push in the back there. Tesla coils pushing Bete out in the middle, but Duke Bones' main is exposed right now, and there's a lot of power. His war factory is there. The SC is going to be there in the back. And he doesn't really have an answer to this. Bete can just bring his MC with him and start building base defenses and probably actually win. Because Duke Bones' army is quite small. It's almost half of what Bete's is. Rax is going to go down. Second Rax is going down. Power plants are going to go down. He's probably going to lose this War Factory too. I don't think there's quite enough. The Great Testicle is actually going to cut down a lot of that. And just delay the opportunity that time. War Factory does indeed go down, and now there's a Flame Tower too. Gonna get a lot of rockets on its next burst. Oh. And yeah, I think Duke Bones actually just lost. It's gonna be very close. Does get 1-2 harvesters down there, eventually goes down, but no War Factory. Gonna lose his SD2. He's gonna be down to 1 base. It's not great. I mean, we did see Unano beat Master on this, so I'm not saying it's out yet, but it's not looking very good for him. I think Bete's in a little bit better position than Master was, just because his eco's relatively untouched. Good block here by the APC though, so that could be making a difference, but I don't know. This is a very tough position if you're Duke Bones. He's got the cash, which is nice, but again, he lost this expansion, so this is it's gonna be nobody. It's gonna be close. I think there's a way back for Duke Bones. I think he can do it. He needs to get this War Factory settled. Really should have this MCV retreating somewhere else. If BD attacks here and loses MC, that could be a problem. He's gonna lose his harvesters for sure, unless he gets them out, or they're right about now. But BD is attacking over here, and there's not enough rockets to deal with that many heavy tanks. Flame Tower gonna go down here in just a second. We're gonna lose at least 2 of these harvesters too, and that's gonna hurt. And now the MCV is in trouble, and if he doesn't pull it out right now, I think it's just gonna die. He's gonna try, but I don't think it's gonna get away. And it goes the wrong way too. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Harvester back here on a heavy tank is instantly dead, and I think he's in a lot of trouble. He's got a War Factory out, so that's good. He's trying to do a little flank here. Not gonna work out for him. BD's in a commanding position. He's even stealing Duke Bones' former base, so yeah, it looks like Nightingale might have just won through BD and taking Minion Championship. We'll have to see. Lucky Luke calling it over already. It's in dire straits, but it's not quite over. If there was more eco here, maybe he's gonna try to move his main MC out, his only MC out now, which could be good if it goes unnoticed. But it's all gonna go up to BD. BD's got such a huge army lead, 8,000 to 20,000, more than double. His eco's in relatively good shape. We'll have to see. Got a nice little 2K float there. Duke Bones is trying. Unfortunately, every asset that he loses right now is a further step into the hole, further step into his grave. And that army gets cleaned up, and there's a pretty big army here for not news. Tanks are on the wrong side, and there is 3 APCs, but it's all going to come down to who takes this agent. And fortunately, looks like Duke Bones did not see that army. Neither side saw it. He's going to attack right here, right as this attack happens. He's going to lose his SD, which he just built. Very unfortunate. And BD is probably going to get that War Factory too, because this army is out of position now. And that might cause it. I see his MCV up there is actually getting killed too, so yeah. That is probably going to do it. Good crushes so far. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Okay, APC goes down. That's his last armor asset besides his harvesters, and yeah, 3 barracks is not enough to win on this one. Lucky Luke already out of here. BD's gonna take this game. Doesn't even need to worry about this armor right here. This secondary army is gonna more than be enough. And as soon as this army goes down, I just imagine Duke Bones is gonna call it quits. And everything's getting collapsed upon. BD's basically barf moving in on him. A few more rifles left. Engineer for the long game, you never know. He's throwing all the Hermes now, but I just don't think there's time. Second engineer too, but it's gonna run into a second army. And Duke Bones is probably gonna be a little disappointed with himself. He had a pretty decent shot against Night Now. I would have loved to see the third best of 3 tiebreaker between them to see who actually got it, but unfortunately it looks like Not New is going to be the victor for minions just through attrition. Engineer goes down, there's GG, so well played by BD, being the spoiler for Duke Bones there. Well played by Not New, going 18-2 to claim that Minions champion title. I guess it was not your day, Duke Bones, but you never know, there's always next year, and after that. So we'll see you all next week.